Miguel from Complear. I hope I'm pronouncing that
Yes.
well. Welcome to the matchmaking week, and the floor is yours.
Okay, so good morning. So I'm here to present a bit about Complear. We are not in this kind of project bringing a new technology, but we work deeply with many technology companies in the area of medical device space. We are experts on the area of software and AI. If I say experts in a way, probably nobody's an expert in this field these days, but we are trying to keep up with the things that regulators, that many agents are trying to come up to bring safe and quality medical devices in this arena. We work mostly in the EU with the MDR and IFDR and with the US. And we bring also a tech component to the work. We can support you as companies because we're developing a platform to digitalize all this process and making sure that not only you can expedite the path to market, but also maintain all the documentation, maintain all the process that you need to keep up afterwards, especially with software, especially with AI that may be changing every day or every week, every month. So we are here in this project offering our help to be part of a consortium that needs support in this area that is usually more a significant investment in Europe, and we usually cover this as a partner with a more strategic approach in the beginning, and then helping throughout the implementation of all the steps to enter the market. So we cover not only the CE mark certification as medical device, but we can also support regarding issues about cybersecurity, about GDPR compliance. We have also an academy that can help your staff to understand what is developing a medical device. That is often a challenge in the software side, where there is many challenges with risk engineering, requirements engineering, designing of clinical trials for this area that are not the usual experience that many of the stakeholders have. As I was telling you, we are also developing this a new platform that's allowed to document and manage all the workflow of the development, allowing the different stakeholders in your team or in your consortium to actually have a bit better picture of what you're doing and collaborate together on putting together a quality software. So we've been working, as I said, with experts. So we've been launched recently a work with Time Society together with Google, AbbVie, and other stakeholders to map the regulatory pathways for digital health across the world. So we're looking to Japan, Australia, Korea, China, Europe, US, South America. So trying to understand how can you develop your evidence towards the market in a single way or a uniform way, to not have to repeat things when you need to go to other markets. And we have been a close partner of Health Cluster Portugal. We launched this year also the first IT Health Bootcamp focused on regulatory, and we have been quite active in Brussels, helping to put the voice of startups in what European Commission is doing together with Allied for Startups. So we have been working with clients all across Europe and the US this past years, and we really have a holistic approach to innovation beyond just regulatory. So this is our contacts. If you are interested in having help on your project, we are here to do so.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Are there any questions from or doubts from the audience?
Can I make a question?
Please.
Hello, good morning. Miguel, thank you so much for your presentation. Well done. So Miguel is from Portugal. I have a question. So for DG3, we intend to have on board all the participants or the companies that will apply to the project should have Aldo, please correct me if I'm wrong, should have a technology already in place in TRL 6 minimum. So the services of Complear or the Complear company per se, Aldo, how do you see them being able to participate if they don't have a software technological solution in TRL 6 to be part of the project? Because if only services, I think they only can be a provider in a different phase of the project and not being able to apply, or I am being incorrect?
Yes and no, Margarita. Thank you for your question. Quite a good question. So the services potentially provided by Complear, and their platform is of course TRL9.
Yes, technologically speaking.
However,
yes.
you would exactly, technologically speaking, the possibility of them helping out a company that is TRL 6 or more, you know, a technology could be TRL 9 and not have passed through the MDR process yet, or the medical device or CE marking or any other regulatory issue yet. Even if you have even if you're leader in a specific market as a technology, you need regulatory support to go to another market, to hop into another market. So in that sense, I do not see an issue. However, in order to be able to apply to a project as a let's say supporting partner, you would need to be able to prove that the value added of let's say Complear really contributes to the value added proposed by the project, and not seen as a service.
Yes. And I cannot on that. That's why I mentioned the platform, because when we are developing AI software, this becomes a challenge of keeping track of all the development in real time, on the continuous monitoring of things. And this is the level of integration that our technology, that our platform can bring to many of the projects, and needs even an integration beyond just service, that's to support and being able to have a dashboard where you keep track of all of the continuous developments of your AI, the performance, and so on, that can allow you to keep you in the markets beyond just entering the market. So more than the service, of course, that is something we can always support beyond the projects. This is also a key aspect of technology that we can bring to a project, that is key these days to bring an AI software into the market, or software where the updates are quite frequent.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you for the explanation.
Thank you, Miguel. Peter has a comment. Peter, would you like to?
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. And I have really no question now, but I will share some information about our company to Miguel after, and maybe there are some synergy. I don't know, but I will send you an email.
Yeah, so you have our contact there. You will reply quickly on that. Yeah,
thanks.
So we are here to help within the project, outside the project. It is not the easy path these days in Europe. We moved quite for more strict regulatory. We are having the EI Act being approved by the end of the month. The year, and a lot of these challenges are new for the industry. That's why I was saying that even claiming to try to be the experts, I think nobody is still an expert in these fields. But we are trying to work with all of them to make sure we bring the best expertise, both in the service, both in a platform that simplifies all this process, so it can be more integrated in the development and maintenance of a product.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation.
Miguel, if I can suggest, put your email directly in the chat, because Peter have sent you the message there also. Thank you, Peter. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Okay, so I left it.
Thank you so much, Miguel. I do have a question, much more out of curiosity. One of the we work a lot with health tech specific companies. A lot of them focusing on healthcare outcomes. And one of the big challenges we have that goes a bit beyond regulatory is that a lot of the health outcomes that are achieved by health tech solutions, whether it's addressing heart disease, cancer, diabetes, etc., have a big difficulty of getting procured, because they have a big difficulty certifying their algorithms for them to be measured by whoever is purchasing the solution, especially when it has to do with single payer systems, healthcare systems, let's say in Europe. And one of the big issues we find, the big gaps we find, is that even though there is already an existing process in the process of being learned, I would say, normally healthcare providers need this fixed algorithm to be able to certify a solution. However, when you bake in AI, where the algorithm is constantly in change, then it becomes chaos, and nobody wants to certify it. But at the same time, the added value and the beauty of a solution utilizing AI is that it's changing its algorithm constantly, and will make the outcome much better for a heart disease patient, for a diabetes patient, etc. Have you found these issues in your every
No, that is a common issues. In the past, the way to go to certification is a fixed algorithm. There is no way around that. But that is the scope of the work that we have been that FDA, Canada, and UK has been pushing quite a lot on this how to regulate machine learning in this continuous way. And we have already the legal tools in place, even in Europe, to develop this continuous updating path. So it's a matter of defining the rails, approving the rails, and then making sure that you go throughout the rails. That's why we as a technology provider can support to track if you are within the rails. And these are the added value we can bring. This is still something new. In the way that FDA is more advanced on accepting this kind of approach. In Europe, since we have a more updating way of every year, products can be reviewed. Some of the times these updates happen every year, but being more frequent, it means that we need to go into more a different approach, where we really have to have high standards for that. But the moment you use an algorithm to support the medical decision, even it's just triage, so even the doctor is deciding in the end, you are a medical device. And this often is a challenge, because one thing is helping to manage a hospital, the other thing is manage a patient. And when you manage a patient, you need certification, and procurement will be a challenge if you don't do so.
Absolutely. same gap and same challenge.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Miguel.